Welcome to the Sunday Night Football postgame show. Here now, Al Michaels.
Well, we had a beauty last Sunday, and this one just as good. Green Bay wins it 30-28. Rodgers leading that drive at the end. Of course, he is one of our players of the game. His numbers right there. Crosby, 51-yard game winner. Davante Adams, a dozen receptions for 132. Aaron Rodgers down on the field right now. Here's Michelle.
Aaron, 37 seconds left. And all you need to do is get into field goal range. So what's your first thought?
Throw it to Tay. That's my first thought. Matt actually suggested that play on the sideline, that first play, which was something we actually worked on Friday at practice, kind of scribbling in the dirt. And it worked out perfect. Just put it right over Fred's head. Got us kind of down there a little bit. We need one more play. How can you not be romantic about football, man?
This one was pretty romantic. And Mason Crosby lines up. And what are you thinking as you see him approaching that ball?
He's going to make it. That's what he's done his entire career. He's made a bunch of big kicks for us. I love him to death. We've been playing together for 15 years. Sit next to each other, every bus ride, every plane ride. He's an incredible guy. And he's so clutch.
There's going to be so much to discuss about this game, and you know everyone's going to discuss it, whether it's the penalties that went for you or against you, whatever the case may be. What do you want to say now? What's your message? Get ahead of it, Aaron. You usually have to respond later. We're going to give you the chance to get ahead of it.
I feel good about our team. Week 1 was an anomaly. I said that, and I believe that. We bounced back in week 2. Played a great football team tonight, right down to the wire. And this plane ride is going to feel incredible.
Enjoy it.
I will.
Congratulations.
Thanks, Michelle.
All right, Michelle. Well, he did say it after week 1. He said it's one game. And it was. Well, from the author who brought you the Da Vinci Code comes Dan Brown's The Lost Symbol, a new Peacock original series, streaming every Thursday. For more NFL coverage, you can catch Pro Football Talk tomorrow 7 a.m., but coverage continues from Santa Clara right now with Sunday Night Football Finals streaming only on Peacock.
Another Sunday night game that does not disappoint. Packers jump out early. Niners come storming back. But in the end, Aaron Rodgers and Green Bay prevail. They hand San Francisco a crushing first loss of the season. What a game. We're going to talk all about it next. Hey, everybody. Welcome into Sunday Night Football Final with Chris Sims. I'm Catherine Tappan. What a game we just saw. And also, before we get to that, with the game on the line, earlier today, the Ravens' Justin Tucker kicks his way into history. We're going to show it to you. Justin Herbert and the Chargers hand the Chiefs their second straight loss. And we can't forget Matt Stafford and the Rams taking care of Brady and the Bucks. But first, that was a wild game with Green Bay and San Francisco. And it comes down to Aaron Rodgers and Mason Crosby, as it has so many times.
Really amazing. Aaron Rodgers, 37 seconds left for field goal. No big deal for that guy. I mean, I think that's what's amazing. But really the whole night, and for what this win, I think, meant for Green Bay as a football team, is just special from the aspect of, wait, are we really, still in the elite class of the NFC? Wow, the 49ers, when they're at full health, we've struggled against them. Hey, they ran the ball with a little success tonight. They put the ball in Rodgers' hands consistently throughout the night and said, make plays on the outside against their undermanned secondary in San Francisco, and he did a really good job. So let's check out some of the highlights.
Yeah, let's take you back to the start of this one, and what was a wild one from start to finish. There he is, Aaron Rodgers, coming home to Northern California, leading the Packers against the Niners. They were up 3 in the first, and Rodgers hits Marquez Valdez-Scantling deep to put Green Bay in 49ers territory.
Yeah, beat what they call quarters coverage on the back end here, and you can see both safeties are kind of sitting flat foot. They knew they got the matchup against Jaquaski Tart with Valdez-Scantling. He's very fast. Rodgers throws a great deep ball, first down Packers.
Later in the drive, Rodgers finds Davante Adams for a first down. These two connected all afternoon and evening long.
Yeah, well, this is where he's, like, unstoppable at times. You pick the perfect defense, you get a little pressure, but he's so talented that he still makes a great throw and sets them up for an easy scoring opportunity.
Yeah, Rodgers completed his first 12 passes of the game, and then Adams with his first touchdown of the season. He led the NFL with 18 last year. Packers on top. And then Jimmy Garoppolo with the ball in his hands looking deep to George Kittle, but he is intercepted.
Oh, I mean, first off, not a bad ball by Jimmy Garoppolo. Really what this is great defense. And sometimes defense wins in the NFL. Jair Alexander understands. Look at him on the top right of your screen. Once his guy left his area, he knew he was responsible for the deep post area. Great job by him. It's why he's one of the best corners in football.
Yeah, Jimmy G with his first interception of the season late in the second. Rodgers to Adams again, 19-yard reception to get the Packers down to the 4.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about a second ago. They had a concerted effort to throw the ball outside the number, one-on-one matchups. They knew Adams could get open against any of these guys.
2 plays later, Aaron Jones runs in the touchdown from 3 yards out. Green Bay up 17-zip. Then we've got the rookie, Trey Lance. He passed for a touchdown in week 1. He didn't play last week. He gets called in late in this one. Last play of the half, he runs it in for a 1-yard touchdown behind that huge block from Trent Williams.
Yeah, I mean, great gutsy play here. Gutsy play call in general by Shanahan. You know, just calling this play. They get the touchdown, gives them some momentum going in the second half.
Third quarter now, Garoppolo looking for another big one here, finding Brandon Ayuk for an 8-yard touchdown.
This was really one of the most impressive drives of the game by the 49ers offense, but this is a great play by Garoppolo here. Under pressure, just understands where his guy is going to be and throws the appropriate ball for Brandon Ayuk.
Ayuk's first touchdown of the season. He had 5 as a rookie last year. Early in the fourth now, Rodgers to Valdez-Scantling again. This is a 12-yard touchdown, and Green Bay's on top 24-14.
Yeah, taking advantage of a young corner on the left side there who doesn't get enough depth, but what an unbelievably perfect throw by Aaron Rodgers.
Well, San Francisco answers back with a drive of its own. Rookie Trey Sermon out of Ohio State, a 1-yard touchdown, first TD of his career.
Yeah, it seemed like San Francisco kind of had the momentum of the game at this point, and you're thinking, I don't know, can Green Bay hang up?
That way. What happened here? Garoppolo fumbling the ball. He's recovered by Devondre Campbell, and this has got to be frustrating if you're Kyle Shanahan and you're Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, again, it's great play by Kenny Clark. Garoppolo doesn't know what to do with the ball. He's trying to tuck it away, but ends up throwing a lateral.
Yeah,
loose ball, fumble, Green Bay gets it.
A fumble led to a field goal. Green Bay up 27-21. Niners with one more chance, and Garoppolo hits George Kittle, runs it in for a 39-yard gain down to the Packers 36.
Yeah, Shanahan he figured out what the Packers were doing in the second half defensively, and they consistently started to move the ball. Another great throw here. Brandon.
Another third down.
Deebo
Samuel for the first down. And then next play, he's moving the offense here. Kittle again for 12 yards and a first down.
Kittle is just such a special player. Can run like a receiver, breaks tackles after the catch. That's why he's one of the best tight ends in the game.
Next play, Garoppolo to his fullback, Kyle Juszczyk, who runs it in for a 12-yard touchdown. San Francisco now ahead by 1.
Well, in the perfect world, since we know what happened, we would have liked, if you're a 49ers fan, you go, I wish he went down at the 1-yard line there, and they wasted more time to not give the ball back to Rodgers.
Yeah, because, I mean, 37 seconds in my book, that's pretty fast. But if you're Aaron Rodgers, that's all the time in the world. He finds Adams for 25 yards down to the 50.
Wow. I mean, another just insane, touch ball down the middle where it's got just the right pace and trajectory to get it over Fred Warner's hands.
3 plays later, Rodgers to Adams again, and that is going to put the Packers in field goal range.
Yeah, great job by the 49ers. I think we're protecting the sideline a little bit there. They get the completion and spike the ball.
Mason Crosby from 51 yards out, and we know how this one ends. An incredible kick there with the game on his shoulders. Wins it for the Packers. 30-28 is your final.
Unreal. Unreal. Packers played great. Blew some opportunities. I mean, got stopped on the goal line one time, but either way, continued to battle. And when you give Aaron Rodgers the ball with some time left on the clock, you just know. We've seen it too many times. Good things can happen for Green Bay.
Yeah, what an incredible game, and a game that Green Bay wanted to win for sure, especially Aaron Rodgers back in his home country area there in Northern California. Let's bring in those guys out on site, Jack Collinsworth and Rodney Harrison. Guys, what a game you just got a chance to see, huh?
3 of the best football games we've seen all fall. You know where they've been, right in the prime time lights of Sunday Night Football. This one may have been one of the headliners. You can't leave any tick on that clock for Aaron Rodgers. 37 seconds. What'd you witness from there?
And Chris Sims, you know better than I know about situational football. And this is something that they practice every single day. Yeah. And he looked like Tom Brady out there. And when you give 37 seconds, you looked at me and said, Rod, they gave Aaron Rodgers too much time. I knew it was over. But my question is, Chris, why didn't they double team Devontae Adams? I mean, he's the #1 one guy. How do you not double team him and let him catch 2 out of 3 passes?
I get you. I mean, you know that's where the Packers are going to go with the ball that late in the game. It's just not in the 49ers DNA, Rodney, and I don't know if that's something that they have to look at going forward, but you know it's a little of that Seattle scheme. They're going to play 3 deep coverage. They're going to play quarters coverage, maybe some 2-man. They usually don't double people a whole lot, but when you're playing Rodgers and Davante Adams, it's probably something you need to think about in these crucial moments.
And also, I look at the offensive line, and we thought the offensive line would have problems with all the injuries and things that were going on. I thought they actually did a pretty good job, Jack, of protecting Aaron Rodgers.
I thought they did too. And how about Mason Crosby? Look at the man coming on the field right now. Rod, that was in the wind. We're standing right here at the 15-yard line, watching that thing float up in the air. What was going through your mind?
No.
Lined it up for 51?
Before that, yeah. I came to you and I said, it's a lot of wind down here. I said, it's going to take a strong kick for him to kick it. And he kicked it. It was just unbelievable, the fact that he was able to make that catch.
For Davante Adams to come back after that huge shot that he took, huge shot going across the middle on a post, really a head-to-head. What'd you see on that play? Why no flag?
It was such an egregious play. It was helmet. He led with the helmet. The safety led with the helmet. He should have been flagged. The game shouldn't have even come down to this situation. But, yeah, it was just one of those things.
Here's that hit. I want to get one more look at this shot that Davante Adams took. Walk me through this, Rodney. What'd you see?
Yeah, he goes up high for it, and the safety, he doesn't even look. He's not even looking for the ball. He's looking for nothing but, look at that, helmet to helmet. That should have been called. I don't understand how the officials don't call that.
Rodney, anybody hits a kick like that with that kind of pressure in this stadium, it was as loud as it could have been. Mason Crosby.
Jacked up.
When you're over there standing on the sideline before that kick, what's running through your mind?
Well, I mean, I knew we had 37 seconds left. You know, Aaron's going to get us in position. So I'm thinking I might have to do a run on. I was kind of ready if we weren't able to get a spike and do all that, but executed perfectly by the offense and got us in a manageable field goal, situation.
I was fortunate enough to play with Adam Vinatieri.
Oh, yeah.
He helped me win a couple Super Bowls.
Yeah, but he's the best.
What's going on in your mind? Like, when you walk up and you know you have to make this, are you 100% sure, like, I'm going to make this?
Felt really good with that spot. The line was well inside of where we felt good about, and then, just trust the operation, trust the situation, and, go through the normal motion. I mean, I had done all the work before the game and just knew I needed to hit a good, clean ball. Obviously, honestly, it's like you stay inside yourself. Just say, like, don't overswing. Don't compress this too much. Hit a clean ball and knock it through.
Now, did you feel the wind? Because right before you kicked it, I told him, I said, man, it's a little windy. So it's a 50-yarder, but it's probably going to play more than 55.
And it kind of started blowing off the left a little bit harder, but, I knew what the ball was going to do from pregame and just trusted it.
Good for you, man.
Yep, and we had great snap hold. Protection was awesome. I've got to give so much credit to those guys.
I just want to talk to me about Aaron Rodgers with 37 seconds left.
I mean, I had no doubt. I went in the net, started warming up. I mean, I have no doubt that we're going to get it. And, he picked him in the middle of the field because he knew we had enough time to go and spike it and, clock the ball. So, we did just like we do almost every week in practice. So it was well executed, and I can't believe we won that one. That was awesome.
I'm all about the thought process pre-kick, pre-clutch moment like that. And I'm also all about that feeling post-kick. When it leaves the toe, what did it feel like?
Felt really good coming off, so kind of was leaning right, and then as soon as I knew it was got the distance, I kind of took off running. I had a little soccer celebration, and the guys are chasing me, and I mean, there's nothing better than that. I mean, the fight we had to be able to come and win this game, and just celebrating with your teammates in the end zone. I got a little beat up. It's like don't take a lot of hits during the game, but celebrating is a little rough.
Hey, talk about Davante Adams and just his toughness, getting knocked out of the game, coming back and making a couple key plays.
And you can't say enough about him. I mean, it took a shot there, and it was scary. His arm was dangling, and then, I think he missed a few plays. The guy is so tough. I think, what did he go for, 130, and a touchdown?
I think 132.
Oh, gosh, the guy's special. And so we just have so many guys on this team that just, are going to lay it on the line every week. And, that's what it's about. That makes a really special team.
Mason, what's the state of this team right now? A rough week one, able to put together a couple these back-to-back weeks. Where's this team stand right now?
We know, I think these types of games are important. You know, we didn't start really fast against Detroit, kind of had to find our way, and then, you know, to come out here, and it's like we had it in control. They kind of, you know, took the momentum back there at the end of half and into the second half, and for us to just be able to battle through and find a way to win, I mean, those things will pay dividends throughout the season.
How about the locker room? That's my final question. What was the mood in that locker room?
Juice. I think that's why my hair's all wet. I got water poured on me. Guys are getting crazy in there, so yeah, we're having a lot of fun.
Man, good for you, man. Congratulations, man.
Appreciate
Thanks for joining us. We appreciate you, man.
There's nothing better than being clutch when you need it most.
It's a good feeling.
We'll see you in Green Bay, too.
That's right. We'll
all right, big dog.
Hey, enjoy that flight back.
Thank you.
Mason Crosby when they needed it most.
Hey, just like an old KG vet. Walks up there. He says he had confidence in Aaron. He started warming up, and then all of a sudden, he just kicks a 50-something yarder in the wind. Just clutch. That's money. And that's what I'm talking about right there. That's how you step up.
Yeah. That's why you have a veteran kicker as well.
Yeah.
That's why you have a veteran kicker as well. Kyle Shanahan, I thought he showed a lot of trust in this game, and Jimmy Garoppolo, let's hear from him right after a very tough loss.
Yeah, you always worry with Aaron on the other side. That's why we didn't use any timeouts. We're hoping to take it down, but it was a hell of effort by Juice to get in.
Obviously, you want to score there, but was that play call designed just to get closer? Did you think it had a chance to go?
I think he hit the last guy in the progression on the check down. Just had a hell of an effort running after the catch.
What's your message to the team at halftime? It seemed like they came out a little bit more fired up. You had that drive to start the half that was much more successful.
We had to play a lot better than we were. I was pumped to how the special teams kind of changed that, got us going a little bit, scoring right there before the end of the half. Then I knew offense had a chance to start with the ball, so I was just big on them to go out and set the tone and go down and get a score to get this game back in reach, and they did that to start.
Why did you choose to mostly use Kyle Juszczyk as your lead back in the first half and stay away from Trey Sermon?
We didn't use him as our lead back. He got a few runs, but no, he was never used as our lead back.
Why did you not utilize Trey Sermon that often or run the ball as much as you normally do?
We tried to use everybody today. And I think Trey had 10 carries. I think just had 4. I'm not sure how it ended up.
Probably dogging Jimmy's game, obviously. Another slow start, like nice finish, but had the mistake of the fumble there. And what happened on that play?
I thought Jimmy played real well tonight. The fumble there, there was a screen. He got let through way too early. It was a play-action screen. Right when he turned it around, it looked like 97 was in his face, and he tried to get rid of it and threw it backwards.
You know, Rodney, it will get lost in the performance that we just saw from Aaron Rodgers. 37 seconds left, taking it down. A couple plays of Devontae Adams setting up that 51-yard field goal attempt that we just heard so much about. But the trust that Shanahan showed in Jimmy Garoppolo, how did you read it?
Well, I read it just like Jimmy G read it. I mean, he was confident. He was poised. It seemed like he seemed to relax once Kyle Shanahan just allowed him to play. And I think moving forward, that's something that probably Chris can talk to as far as just having Kyle Shanahan allow him to just play, throw the ball, and just, and not be so timid. It just seems like at times he's trying to be too perfect. The second half, he came out and he just started slinging the ball around, spreading it around, and he looked really, really poised.
Chris Sims, how'd you see it from Jimmy Garoppolo?
Well, I mean, I hear everything you're saying. There's a lot of positives. There's no doubt about it, like Kyle Shanahan said. And of course, the clutch drive at the end of the football game, you love to see that, right? But I guess I still have my questions, if I'm going to be 100% honest here. Yeah, I do. I mean, listen, it took a long time in the first half for their offense to get going at all. And Green Bay's defense is not special. It took a long kick return right before the half, right? That set them up, got them going. And then even in the second half, listen, I'm not trying to be a Jimmy Garoppolo hater, and you guys certainly can disagree with me out there. You were there. Maybe you see more than I do. But, like, to me, the first drive of the second half, that's what I call the Shanahan special. I mean, he figured out finally how Green Bay was defending him. And it was screen pass to Deebo Samuel, reverse to Ayuk, another creative run, and that kind of got Jimmy Garoppolo going back and get him back into a rhythm. So he played solid, but do I still have the same question? If Shanahan can't dominate with unbelievable play call, can Jimmy Garoppolo carry them with his right arm to throw the ball against the elite teams in the NFC 40, 45 times a game? I'm not sure I'm sold on that yet.
Yeah, we talked about it at the beginning of this pregame show. We talked about their defense, and I can't just solely blame that on Jimmy G. I look at their defense, and their defense had an opportunity to stop the Green Bay Packers, and they could not stop the Green Bay Packers with 37 seconds left. They end up losing the game.
I have one final question before we get done with this. Davante Adams, you know, it's just this telepathic communication that he has with Rodgers. You know they want to go to that back shoulder. You know they want to get him the ball consistently. How would you defend Davante Adams differently than
you got to treat him like he's Tyreek Hill. That's how good he is. You have to treat him. You have to have a man playing underneath, inside, and have a safety right over top. That guy you have to take off. If you take him away, they're going to struggle offensively.
I like it. It's time for one of my favorite segments. It is Damn Okay. We'll send it back in there.
Okay.
Okay. Damn. Okay.
All right, welcome to Damn Okay. That's right. Who impressed me today? Who made me say, damn, okay, you're kind of a baller while I'm watching? All right, well, I'm going to go to Josh Allen. Yeah, he makes me say damn okay a lot. He does. But these first 2 weeks of the year hasn't been necessarily special for the Buffalo offense. But it's stuff like this today that made me say, damn, okay. Outside the pocket, laser beam. Tight end covered, laser beam. And it was his right arm and his ability to throw the ball into tight windows all day long that made me say, damn, okay, Josh Allen. Okay. Who you got, Rodney?
Well, I'm looking at wide receiver, defensive back Jamal Agnew, and I'm like, what the heck is Cliff Kingsbury, the head coach of Arizona Cardinals, thinking about? I mean, kicking it 68 yards or whatever it was?
That's it.
And giving him an opportunity. This is a guy that's an excellent returner. Yep. He's been an excellent returner. And think about it. When you're kicking a field goal, you got all the fat guys on there. So now they can't catch him, but this was a game-changing play. That was unbelievable.
He had to break some tackles, too.
Exactly.
And that's exactly what he did. I'm looking at the Cincinnati Bengals. They've been competitive with everybody. Now they're learning to win. Big part of that, a rookie. You give him his LSU ace and Jamar.
It was a bust, though.
You can preseason. Nobody watches preseason football. Nobody even thinks about preseason football. Jamar Chase,
that's
the offensive line, the Bengals. Damn, KT.
Where you live? Cincinnati?
Yep. All right, I'm going with the Ravens, Justin Tucker, guys. Game on the line. Damn, and okay, that kick is ridiculous. 66-yard field goal, and not without dramatic flair. I mean, it doinks off the crossbar there and goes
Doink
to the back.
is the proper thing to say.
The longest in NFL history, and a last-second Baltimore win over Detroit. I mean, that is pretty ridiculous. You got to say damn okay.
Damn okay.
All right, those are just some of the moments from week 3. We've got full highlights of that one coming up in a bit, but let's show you what happened between the Chargers and the Chiefs with the highlights from this one. And it got interesting in this one as well. Chiefs driving on the opening possession. Patrick Mahomes, the no-look pass, and Marcus Kemp can't handle it. That's okay, Asante Samuel can.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Yeah, whoops. I mean, not necessary. Listen, I know he's the man, and he does stuff like this with his eyes closed sometimes, but there just was not necessary there. The guy was open. He missed the throw. Interception.
Mahomes finds Tyreek Hill here. Tavon Campbell forces the fumble. Michael Davis recovers it for the Chargers, and L.A. with 4 takeaways today. Chargers would capitalize on the next play as well. Justin Herbert, he looked good. The jump pass to Keenan Allen for a 4-yard touchdown. Chargers.
Sweet. That's doing a little Mahomes impression there with the jump pass. I like it, Justin Herbert.
Next possession, down 6. Another fumble here. Clyde Edwards-Helaire puts the ball on the ground, and same combo for the Chargers here. Campbell forces it. Davis recovers.
Yeah, Chiefs were outplaying the Chargers early. They're just shooting themselves in the foot, just like how they ended the Ravens game last Sunday night. So disappointing by them, and they're down 6-0 early.
And Chargers wasted no time taking advantage of those mistakes. Herbert to Austin Eckler for a 16-yard touchdown. LA up 14 zip. Eckler with 107 total yards today to the third quarter. Chiefs making a comeback here. Down by 4. Mahomes to Edwards-Helaire. That's going to work for a 10-yard touchdown.
Yeah, Edwards-Helaire had a good day. Had a good day running the ball, had a few catches. Chiefs offense had their moments, but as we've seen, they just made some crucial mistakes.
Yeah, Herbert finds Mike Williams for a 20-yard touchdown here.
Yeah, Herbert's arm especially. You could see the ball like just, it's 30 yards down the field, and it stays 6 feet off the ground the whole time.
Chiefs answer Mahomes to McCole Hardman for an 8-yard touchdown. Chiefs back on top now. Mahomes 3 passing touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
They'll win. They're going to win. They're going to win.
I think so.
They usually do.
But Mahomes looking for Travis Kelce, and he forces it. Alohi Gilman's going to come up with the interception.
I mean, we've seen him make these plays so much, so it's hard to be critical of him, but it's a tie ball game. It's 3rd and 8, and this is what happens when you make that type of mistake. Now we got the Chargers driving.
Yeah, first down for the Chargers here. 2 plays later, that's the first down. 2 plays later, Herbert to Williams for a game-winning score. The Chargers go on. They've got their best start since 2014. Kansas City has their worst. Let's hear what Mahomes has to say.
It's really early in the season. Obviously, we haven't had many of these we haven't had any since I've been playing quarterback here. We're behind all these teams in our division. But the bright spot is we got a long season to go, so it's just going to be how we respond and how we go to work every single day.
All right, well, here's who went to work today, and it was Justin Herbert getting the upper hand in this one. And, Chris, we're watching the game together. You're talking all day long about Justin Herbert. What stood out most to you about his play?
Yeah, he's first off, has an incredible arm. And not just the power in his arm. He can throw with touch. He's such a big guy. Size is a skill in the pocket. Because when people are around him, it just does not affect him. He can throw right over the line of scrimmage that way. And really just seems to have a great feel of a second offense in his second year, which is what I'm really impressed by. I mean, it's not easy as a rookie and now going to second year learning a whole new offense. And, you know, as far as the Chiefs concerned, I got to make one comment about them, too. I just can't believe some of the mistakes they've made over the last few weeks.
Would you wear a Royals jersey after you just lost a football game?
Well, I guess when you own part of the football team or part of the Royals team, you're allowed to do that.
Well, didn't seem like the right time to put on the baseball jersey, Patrick. But anyway, let's move on. Ravens and Lions. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens coming off that thrilling Sunday night victory over the Chiefs last week. You wouldn't know it. He's so darn focused there. Fourth quarter, Ravens up 16-14, and Jackson is intercepted here.
That was the worst play of the game for Lamar. I don't know what he was thinking, what he was looking at there. Lamar played good throughout the day, had some bad drops by Hollywood Brown.
Lions take over on their own 21, a minute left to go, and Ryan Santoso's 35-yard field goal is good.
This is insanity.
4th and 19, less than 30 seconds to go. Jackson to Sammy Watkins, the 36 yards. He gets it, and we've got a first down.
Just perfect throw. I mean, really great patience, but, you know, a little like we saw Rodgers at the end of the fourth quarter. Just a great touch over a linebacker for the deep throw down the field.
Yeah, but 7 seconds left. Ravens, they don't look like they snap it in time.
No.
But the refs may have missed that potential delay of game. Jackson throws it away, incomplete pass. Now 3 seconds left. Justin Tucker, we already saw it, 66 yards out. I mean, this is unbelievable way to finish this game.
Unreal. I mean, it really was. It's the first time I've actually felt bad for Dan Campbell right here. Like, my heart sunk. I was like, man, this poor guy, his team's fighting, but that's the Ravens. They are the never say die kids, and this is 2 miracles in a row they've won.
Yeah, the Ravens escaped Detroit with a win, their second straight. Let's see what the locker room was about after this thriller.
Big guys, pick him up and just carry him around the locker.
Is Justin Tucker even going to go to bed tonight? I don't think
Probably
so.
not.
I mean, look at this, the longest field goals in NFL history. Matt Prater, who we saw earlier in the day,
tried the 68-yarder.
Tried a long one, but his record 64, and Justin Tucker now sits alone at the top. Pretty impressive there. Great
Very
victory
impressive.
there for the team as well. All right, Washington football team, Buffalo Bills. Opening drive of this game, we saw you talk about him earlier, Chris. Josh Allen finds Emmanuel Sanders for a 28-yard touchdown, and Buffalo goes ahead.
Yeah, my boy Blue here was on fire today. I mean, yeah, that's my boy. A great job there. I mean, they got the passing game going. You can see he's protected well for the most part of the day. Buffalo's offense had been stuttering the first 2 weeks, so it was good to see them get going with their defense.
Yeah, that was Zach Moss, 3rd touchdown of the season. Later in the second, Taylor Heineke intercepted by Jordan Poyer. So the defense also coming up big for the Bills today. 26-yard return puts Buffalo in scoring position. One of 3 takeaways for the Bills today.
Yeah, their defense has really been the surprise of the season so far. Dominant really in all 3 games. And we just felt like, man, if this Buffalo offense can come along, watch out for the Bills. They came along today and put a whooping on the Washington football team.
Yeah, Allen to Sanders. Sanders with his 7th multi-touchdown game of his career. Buffalo wins it 43-21. Chicago and Cleveland. Justin Fields, the rookie out of Ohio State, making his his first NFL start finally today in Cleveland, where he's won a lot of games. Fields was under pressure all day, though. Second quarter tied at 3, and he's sacked by Myles Garrett. That would just be the beginning of the nightmares for him with Garrett.
Yeah, it would be. It was a nightmare all day for the Bears offense. It was non-existent. I don't know what they were trying to do. I don't even know. I was wondering if they knew that Justin Fields was playing quarterback today. I didn't see really the quarterback design runs, or if he was there, let's block that guy. It was just confusing all day long.
Cleveland racked up 9 sacks today, had 3 combined sacks entering week 3, and the Browns would capitalize on the second Garrett sack. It's Baker Mayfield to Austin Hopper.
Yeah, Austin Hooper. I got you. I'm with you.
13-6 at this point for the Browns. There's so many highlights in this one for Cleveland.
Well, and the Bears defense played good enough to win. It's just the offense was 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, and they finally wore themselves out. And here goes Myles Garrett one more time.
4.5 sacks for him. Cleveland wins at 26-6. Let's hear what Matt Nagy had to say afterwards.
I obviously, as a head coach, did not do a good enough job of getting this offense ready to go, to be able to play and win a football game. So it starts with me, it ends with me, and it's as simple as that.
All right, Dolphins and the Raiders. First quarter, no score. Derek Carr pressured by Eric Rowe here, and it is intercepted. Landon Roberts returning it for 85 yards for the touchdown.
Yeah, just a miscommunication here, really. You know, you got to read the coverage. The tight end sits in zone. I think Derek Carr thought he was going to continue to run. I believe Derek Carr was wrong there, but either way, pick 6 Dolphins.
Yeah, Raiders down by 2 here. Third down, and Carr finds Hunter Renfrow for a 12-yard touchdown.
They call it third and Renfrow in Las Vegas.
Well done. Fourth quarter, Miami down 8. Jacoby Brissett to Devontae Parker for 15 yards and the first down.
Yep, Jacoby made some clutch throws in the fourth quarter. Here, just throwing one up in the back of the end zone, one-on-one matchup, gets pass interference. That's why you got to take shots down the field at times. First and goal.
Yep, and here we go, third and goal now. Brissett can't find anyone, comes up short of the end zone, and the clock is running. Miami with no timeouts at this point.
Yeah.
So the very next play, Brissett doing it himself, scrambling and trying to get into the end zone, and he does just that.
Great job for a big guy, some nice movement there, and then the 2-point conversion, a little play-action pass, and just a great route altogether. Runs the slant route, comes back out. Will Fuller, tie game.
Yeah, we head to overtime now. Raiders made a field goal on their first possession, so Dolphins facing 4th and 20. Brissett finds Gesicki for the 27 yards and first down.
Incredible play by Brissett, buying time, and then to make that throw as he's running to his left was pretty special.
Dolphins tied it later in the drive, and next possession, Derek Carr to Brian Edwards for a 34-yard gain, and then later on the drive, Daniel Carlson for the win from 22 yards, and it is good. Vegas wins it 31-28 in overtime.
I don't apologize for winning these games, no matter how we won them. You know, had we made an extra point, maybe we're not out there so long. Had we not thrown the interception that got run back, perhaps it's a better deal. But when you're down 14-0 and score 25 unanswered in the NFL against a team like that, something's going right.
A lot going right. 3-0 to start the season there. You saw the graphic for the Vegas Raiders. Let's get to the odds of winning. Who's going to finish the AFC at the top, Chris? And let's get our thoughts from our friends over at PointsBet and get your thoughts as well. Cool. Do you agree with these numbers?
I do. I would put Buffalo at the top of the AFC. I mean, Buffalo, to me, outplayed Pittsburgh in week 1 in their loss. But it's their defense, their special teams good, and now we're seeing the offense come along. So I'm going to go Buffalo. And then it's a close one between Kansas City and Cleveland, I think, for number 2, right in there. I got to see a little more from Denver and the Chargers and even the Raiders, I think, at this point, to quite put them in the elite class in the AFC.
All right, let's welcome in our friends back in San Francisco again, Jack and Rodney, to chime in on the conversation. Rodney, who do you have to finish first in the AFC this season?
Oh, that's easy. I have to agree with Chris. I like the Buffalo Bills. I think offensively, Josh Allen is the best quarterback in the AFC right now. The offensive line is getting better, and that defense is creating turnover. So I like the Buffalo Bills personally.
How about with the Kansas City Chiefs? Because they're now 1-2, another tough loss. And here's the weird thing is that these are Patrick Mahomes' mistakes. I mean, these are interceptions from Patrick Mahomes. So what's the state of the union right now, 1-2, Kansas City?
You know what, Jack, I just think at times Kansas City just seems very arrogant. They have an arrogance about them. And offensively, they feel like they can score at any point in time. Defensively, they feel like they can relax because the offense can score many times. And sometimes I just don't understand what they're doing out there with some of the play calling and some of the things that Patrick Mahomes is trying. At times he gets too cute. And when you create turnovers, you make him pay. But, I mean, look at him running around, no look passes and things like that. When you're facing a good quality team that has good players, you can't do that.
In Las Vegas, now they are unbeaten. They're 3-0. They have now beaten Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Miami, their most recent win. There's 3 tough wins right there. AFC North looks pretty good. They've run through
2 in overtime, too, to build some mental toughness.
That's
as well.
right. So my question is, what will it take for you to believe in Derek Carr?
1 more month for me to believe in the Las Vegas Raiders. That's what it's going to take. I mean, they're hot right now. They're playing extremely well. They're taking on the personality of their coach. But I would have to wait another month to see what's up.
Chris Sims, are you believing in Derek Carr?
Oh, I believe in Derek Carr for sure.
Really?
Well, I do. I believe in him. But there's like a bunch of other guys on the team I'm not sure about yet. That's what I got to see. I think that's where, I mean, I'm really, with the way he's executed the offense and played, it's as good as anybody in football. I'm not worried about him. But, you know, again, I know they beat the Ravens. The Ravens, I'm not ready to say they're all that yet. You know, Pittsburgh, I think it's safe to say they're not all that yet either. And that's the same with Miami. You know, they got their butts whooped last week against Buffalo 35-0. So, you know,
what about the Chargers?
The Chargers, I think I believe in them a little bit more than the Raiders, maybe because of their defense. That's what I just need to see a little more from the Raiders. I think the defense, little lack of running game, but they're certainly on the way up. I'm like you, Rodney. I mean, I don't totally trust them yet. I trust Derek Carr. I'm not going to say I trust the total team quite yet.
All right, Jack, Rodney, we're going to check back in with you guys in just a bit. But coming up, we're going to get you caught up on the matchup of the day between the Rams and Brady's Bucs. Plus, the Saints took care of Brady's former team today in New England. We'll check it out with Mike Tirico and the gang next.
We are here. The future. We made it. Maybe not quite what we envisioned, but here's the thing. The future is forward movement from the now. We don't find a new way of working and then just go back to an old one. We've seen what the future of work can be. Now we have a chance to create what it will be. A place where we can stay connected and work the way we want to. A future that works. For all of us. Slack, where the future works.
Why go back to reality when you could go back to the pool? The last day of vacation is still vacation. With guaranteed 4 p.m. checkout at over 1,200 fine hotels and resorts properties. One of the many reasons you're with Amex Platinum.
So if I was a sneakerhead, cashing in on that sweet employee discount, I could still get the Patrick price?
Yep. State Farm has rates that fit any budget.
Nice.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
Come seek the Royal Caribbean.
Well, it's a pretty big game coming up next Sunday night on NBC with the Patriots and the Buccaneers. But before the return of Tom Brady, it's the actual of Week 3 for both teams. And it's a really tough one as the Rams are playing well. They're at home. And there is sizzle around the Rams. And I mean the stars are coming out. You got Larry and Magic. And I don't mean Bird and Magic either. Larry David, Magic Johnson, and this soccer coach guy, Sudeikis. I don't know what's going on. All right. Brady and Stafford, the featured attraction. What started here in the second after a scoreless, feeling out first quarter. Stafford to Tyler Higbee. Long drive ends.
Thought Sean McVay was really sharp early on, getting these quick screens in against the man coverage.
So how was the Rams defense? Pretty good early on. Then Brady found something. 26 for Gronk here.
Red zone, Gronk, cover him.
That's right. He's got 2 touchdowns in each of the Bucs' last 3 games. So they go to Chris Godwin. They go somewhere else.
Page out of the Rams book, the jet sweep on the goal line.
So it's 7-7, right at the 2-minute warning. Next drive for the Rams, it's Stafford and Higbee again.
And they knew they were going to get a lot of that tight man coverage from the Bucs. So you see a lot of the pick routes, the rub routes off the line of scrimmage. Here's another one for a touchdown.
And guess who's going to catch it? Cooper Kupp, who is just on fire. 9 catches today, 2 touchdowns. He and Stafford win a connection. Sean McVay ran into the locker room because he knows when I take the lead in the locker room, I'm coming out with a win. Third quarter, Stafford, he almost had Deshaun Jackson a few times, Tony.
This was definitely in the game plan. Use his speed with the double moves. They got behind the secondary 3 times. This is the only one that connected, but Deshaun gives them an extra element.
21-7. Stafford threw 4 touchdowns. Brady to Gronk here for 6 yards. He's hit hard by Terrell Lewis. Gronkowski eventually got x-rays. They were negative. Now, it's still a Brady drive here that he finished himself with that quarterback sneak, which we've seen so often. 7-point game. First and goal, halfway through the third. It's Stafford, and it's Kupp again for 10 yards.
That was beautiful by Cooper Kupp. A triple move. We see double moves sometimes. That was a triple move.
He leads the NFL in receptions, receiving yards, and 5 touchdowns. Then the pressure on Brady. Sacked by Kenny Young. He was sacked 3 times. Bucks do get on the board, 34-17. But trying to get to Giovanni Bernard on 4th down. They turn it over on downs. And LA snaps Tampa's 10-game win streak, winning by 10. Maybe they'll see each other again. Brady will see the Patriots next week. Drew, let's check out how Sean Payton's offense looked. Week 1 was terrific. Week 2 was terrible. What about week 3? Scoreless early. It's Jameis Winston. Give it to Alvin Kamara.
Early on, it's good. Down to the red zone, that's a great matchup for you. Alvin Kamara every time.
All right, so 7-0 Saints. Second quarter, it's James White getting the carry. He goes down hard here and stays down. Hip injury is such a big part of what the Patriots do.
That's a really tough loss for them. He brings so many elements to them, especially in the passing game.
Yeah, we saw it for years. Brady go to White over and over and over. Nobody ever had an answer to it. We'll continue to check on his health during the week. Later on in the second, New Orleans leads 7-0. Mac Jones, the rookie, hit as he throws. P.J. Williams, the pick.
That was the theme in this game. A lot of hitting Mac Jones in the pocket. He would stand there, stay poised, but they got him here.
Brings it down to the 9-yard line. First career interception thrown by Jones. And that's what you were talking about, Drew. The pressure from the Saints. Looked like week 1 New Orleans defense.
They can get after you with the 4-man rush and the 5- and 6-man pressure.
It's a good field position. Ensuing drive. Winston, he's under pressure here and somehow gets it to Marquez Callaway for his first touchdown.
I wish I knew what this was. It certainly looks like a throwaway to me, but it ended up being a good result.
What are they going to say in the film room tomorrow on this one?
Yeah, this was, you better have been throwing this away.
First career touchdown for Callaway. Saints take a 14-3 lead to the locker room. Third quarter, first play off the hands of Jonnu Smith into the hands of Malcolm Jenkins for a pick 6.
Yeah, some of these skill position players are going to need to start making plays for Mac Jones. It's not a great, perfect pass, but not one that you want to tip up and give the defense an easy touchdown.
So now it's 21-3. Patriots added a field goal, trying to mount a comeback. It's Jones escaping and on the move.
Showing a little mobility. Okay. I don't know if this is something you realized was in the repertoire.
I didn't expect that.
This was a gotta-have-it drive. They're moving it down the field to Kendrick Bourne, who goes up and get it. And what a job to stay in and get the touchdown.
This was actually a throw in the game that really impressed me. The awareness to get it up quickly, back shoulder location, and this brought him back into contention in this game.
You're right, man. It's a one-score game, but this is what the Saints have always done so well. When Sean Payton switches to the Bill Parcells influence of his career, they run the clock out, and Taysom Hill doing it in style.
When Sean Payton wants to run the football methodically down the field, you're going to get a steady dose of Taysom Hill.
And it's Hill for the run for the touchdown. New Orleans goes on the road, closes it out. After 29 days on the road because of the hurricane, New Orleans heads back home with a victory. All right, first, Drew, one quick line on New Orleans and the way they got Taysom Hill back in the game when it mattered the most down the stretch.
Yeah, I think he's an important element to this offense. I mean, I could see him getting 8 to 10 snaps a game and doing exactly what we saw, this power smash mouth type run game, because you gain an extra blocker, in essence, in the run game, but also his ability to push the ball down the field, get some explosives, because that's what I see the Saints offense is missing right now. They were able to run the ball okay today. Defense really played phenomenal and gave him some great field position with turnovers, but I still need to see the high percentage passing game.
I'm laughing because it's boring to Drew. Oh, they're just running the ball and playing defense and winning. How ugly is that? It's good football.
All right, let's flip it around to New England now, and the Patriots getting set for next week. Give me your view on the Patriots after watching them here for 3 weeks, Tony.
Well, the Patriots are still trying to find out what they do best with Mac Jones. They've got a really good defense. How are they going to move the football, and especially in the passing game?
Well, it's tough to lose a guy like James White, like they did today, out of the backfield. He's certainly a security blanket, but guys just need to start getting some separation and making some plays for this guy. Again, I felt like today he seemed like he was very poised and under control. even despite the pressure, but nobody was getting open. Nobody was getting separation in man
That's
coverage.
one thing you're saying is we're watching these games. Where are the weapons? And you think they've got a lack of weapons on offense.
Yeah, I think they need some more.
And quickly, guys, let's flip it to next week and Tom Brady's return. The Bucs obviously ran into a Rams team who's going to be a really tough out in the NFC. But what about Brady going back to Foxborough next week?
Well, first of all, it's going to be very emotional for him, so he's going to have to handle that part of it, and I can tell you that's going to be difficult. I know when I went back to Tampa, I was a mess. I didn't tell anybody, but it was very, very tough. Second thing, I'm curious who's going to have the advantage. Rodney Harrison tells us, oh, we know how to play against Brady. We played against him. Bills don't know how to play against him. But Tom's going to know a lot about that defense, too.
I just know this, that Patriots defense likes to play man coverage, and they like to have their matchups. How are they going to match up against all those weapons that Tom Brady has? I feel like he's got the edge in this matchup, but you have a turnover here, a special teams play there, which the Patriots are known to do in games like this, where maybe they are a little bit outmatched, and somehow they find a way. That's Bill Belichick at his finest.
If you went back and played against the Saints right now, today, who'd have the advantage, you or Sean Payton?
Well, it's a good question.
No, just answer it.
Me.
That's what I'm thinking.
And Tom Brady's thinking that too. And Bill Belichick's going to think that too. You know, one of the things about being in Foxborough for games, calling games, or on the road for Football Night in America, when Tom Brady would run out of the Patriots locker room, down the tunnel, the whole place would just get up and cheer. And Tom would run the 100 yards and say, let's blank and go, right? He's going to do that out of the visitors' tunnel. We're going to be sitting right there on the field. Football Night in America is going to be in Foxborough. He's going to run right by us and head on out the field. That's going to be an unbelievable moment.
I'm wondering if he's ever been in the visitors' locker room.
That's a great point.
I bet he has.
Well, he will be on Sunday, and we'll be there to chronicle it all. Sunday Night Football with the Bucs and Brady visiting Foxborough. They're going to talk about it all week, and we'll be there for the moment on Sunday night. Let's send it back out to Santa Clara and Jack.
Well, Mike, how can you get any better than having Aaron Rodgers coming home to California? Then next week, we got Tom Brady going home to Foxborough to go play the New England Patriots. And Rodgers was so awesome after this game with Michelle Tafoya. He said, how can you not be romantic about football? I had to write that down. I've never heard that sentence come out of anybody's mouth before, let alone Aaron Rodgers. Here he was at the podium right after a big win.
Yeah, a lot of time. You know, we used a bunch of timeouts there in the third and fourth quarter, so we're out of timeouts. But felt good about the first play call, especially. Matt and I and Getsy talked on the sidelines briefly during the last drive for them, and a play we made up in practice on Thursday. Just one alteration on the route by number 2 in the slot, which was Randall, kind of clearing out safety to the front side. When I came up, I was thinking first window on the deep end to Devontae, but you know, Fred was kind of in the way, so I just had to put it over his head. That obviously got us to the 50, which gave us a legit chance for, you know, Hail Mary opportunity at the worst, and we just needed one more completion to get into Mason's range.
So wait, the first play, you guys made that up on Thursday in practice?
Yes.
How does that happen?
I do the 2-minute, and I like to adjust some routes from time to time to get a look at what it feels like against our defense. And so I just adjusted one of the routes, and we all liked it. And Matty suggested it right before the last, you know, right before we went out. They said, "What do you think about this play?" I was like, "Pretty good."
So did you call all the plays there? You called all the plays there on that last drive?
I did. Matt suggested the first one, and I called the rest.
The smirk is the best part about that whole interview.
I know.
So you made that play on Thursday? Yes.
Yes. Well, that's
what he does. But you saw him with the ball with 37 seconds. What were you thinking at that point?
Well, I was thinking it was going to be tough. I mean, but certainly with Rodgers in that situation. I mean, yeah, I'm thinking he's probably going to get it done. Yeah, and especially once he got the first big completion. But really, the game itself, all night long, Rodgers played great football. Yeah, they had some rough moments. It's a really good 49ers defense. But one of the things that gets lost in the stats, they took shots shots down the field and got some big pass interference calls, too. Took some of the aggressive nature away from that 49ers defense. And also, you know, Rodgers amazing. We know that, Catherine, right? But the Packers, their defense, I think I questioned that coming into this game tonight. And Joe Barry, I think, threw a lot of curveballs at Shanahan to where and that's important when you play the 49ers. It's like a toughness game for Green Bay tonight. They're going to be a tougher football team, battle-tested after that.
Yeah, for sure. That's a big win for them. Quite an atmosphere out there in San Francisco. Let's go back out to Jack.
It is time for one of the great moments of the week. We call this Did His Job. It's very simple. We're going to start with Myles Garrett. Justin Fields, his confidence may never come back after today. Myles Garrett had a job to do. What was it? What happened?
He was absolutely outstanding today. I call him a bully because that's exactly what he did to the Bears offensive line. He had 4.5 sacks. He was outstanding. He showed his quickness, his explosiveness, constant pressure. Jadeveon Clowney had one, but Myles Garrett, he was awesome today.
Bill Belichick. We named this segment after Bill Belichick. Bill, tough start to this year, couple of games. What happened to his vocation out there?
Coach Bill, you did not do your job. I look at this team, and it's a lot of penalties, turnovers, and just playing like we're not used to seeing the Patriots play. Just mistake after mistake. You see the defense, they can't stop the run. They can't stop anybody when it matters most. I'm just really disappointed, and I'm just not used to seeing Coach Belichick's team not prepared.
You're going to have an interesting job getting ready for Tom Brady coming into town next week as well. Matthew Stafford. Matt Stafford, new gig this year, goes out there to Los Angeles playing quarterback for the Rams. How's he looking at his gig?
Man, let me tell you something. I'm so excited for Matthew Stafford because, I mean, going from a losing team to a winning team, it just does something for your psyche, gets you pumped up, and he's just been tremendous throwing the ball down the field. Cooper Kupp has been a favorite target of his. He's doing a great job of spreading it around. Now Sean McVay can do whatever he wants in this offense because he feels like he has the quarterback. And once again, just deep passes down the field, and you keep this guy healthy, they can go a long way.
Deshaun Jackson's about to turn about 40 years old. He's still cocky going into the end zone. It took him 45 seconds to go the last 10 yards. The last one, we just hung out with this guy, Hollywood Brown, right after the win over Kansas City a week ago. Comes back onto the field this week. What happened?
I feel bad for him because he's such a good, young, humble kid. But you got to make them catches, Hollywood. You're getting paid a lot of money. And he had 3 drops today directly in his hands, and he just dropped it. And I don't understand, like, how can you play so well one week and then come back and play so inconsistent? But he has a lot of support around him. Lamar Jackson is his best friend. They're going to coach him up. They're going to support him, and he'll get back. Trust me, I believe in Marquise Hollywood Brown. I think he's going to do a great job.
I do, too. It's such a mental position. Sometimes it just gets up there in your head and you can't get it out. Our show gets pretty mental as well. Every Tuesday, we call it Safety Blitz. That's where we hang out. You know our minds, trying to break down the game every 6 to 7 p.m. on Tuesdays on Peacock.
All right, Jack, let's get you more highlights. We're going to start in the AFC North. Pittsburgh hosting Cincinnati. Both teams 1-1 entering the day. Ben Roethlisberger and the Steelers trying to rebound from their loss to Las Vegas last week. First quarter, no score. Roethlisberger gets hit as he throws, and then he'd get intercepted. So add insult to injury there. Logan Wilson is second straight week with an interception, and that was the right elbow that would get hit for Roethlisberger. He did have reconstructive surgery on that elbow back in 2019. Tough to watch. Big Ben was shaken up, but did not miss a snap in the game. To Joe Burrow on the other side, and the Bengals also coming off a loss last Sunday to Chicago. Following the interception, Burrow to Tyler Boyd, who bounces off the tackle attempt by Melvin Ingram and takes it to the end zone.
Yeah, nice play there. I mean, the Bengals have a nice short passing game. Joe Burrow did that early to combat, you know, the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. Here's a nice play. Big Ben to Najee Harris. It's one of the few positive plays, though, in the first half from the Steelers offense. It is not good offensive football in Pittsburgh right now, Catherine.
Next play, Roethlisberger to Pat Fryer-Muth for a 4-yard touchdown, and now we've got a tie ball game.
Tie ball game, 7-7. There is 1:05 left, and Joe Burrow is pretty clutch, so he's going to have something to say here before the half's over.
Yep, the ensuing Bengals drive. Burrow goes deep to the rookie Jamar Chase for a 34-yard 9-yard touchdown, and Chase does a great job holding on to that one.
Yeah, well, and people are going to start looking and go, wait, if we leave Jamar Chase one-on-one, he's going to run by one of our guys for a 50-yard touchdown. We've seen big plays in all 3 games so far. Really cool to see. I think that's a sign of the future there in Cincinnati.
Yeah, and the good connection between the 2 former LSU teammates. Third quarter, Roethlisberger intercepted again by Wilson.
The Pittsburgh offense is the Pits. I don't know what to say it, and this was just a crappy interception from a guy that's going to the Hall of Fame first ballot. I don't know where he was throwing that football.
Bengals capitalize again. Burrow this time finds Chase again. 9-yard touchdown. Bengals get their first win at Heinz Field since 2015. Steelers have lost 2 straight. Let's hear what Ben had to say about it.
That injury was really painful. How was it during the game, and how do you feel now?
Everything hurts.
All right, Seahawks and Vikings. Seahawks opening drive here. Russell Wilson to DK Metcalf for a 28-yard gain and a beautiful play.
Yeah, great throw. I mean, Seattle always has some great game plan design plays to start out a football game. Russell Wilson getting Metcalf involved early.
2 plays later, Wilson to Metcalf again. This is a 10-yard touchdown. Seattle takes the lead. Metcalf with his 2nd touchdown of the season. Ensuing Vikings drive. Kirk Cousins to Tyler Conklin for a 7-yard touchdown.
Yeah, really. I mean, back and forth here. Here we go. It's 10-7 Seattle. Minnesota's offense, though, they found a groove in the 2nd quarter and really just never slowed down after that.
Yeah, Cousins looking for Adam Thielen here, but it falls incomplete. But wait a second, his shoe came off. Or did it? Did he take it off? He had a bit of a wardrobe malfunction there.
What happened?
The shoe was bothering him.
Cinderella without a slipper.
He just took it off. I mean, why do you don't need
well, I guess he figured he's better than having it halfway on his heel, so probably a smart decision there.
It was. And then here we've got Chris Carson taking off for a 30-yard rushing touchdown for the Seahawks, who go ahead 17-7 at this point.
Yeah, looked good early. I mean, Seattle's offense was moving, but it slows down. And Minnesota just kept on going. Pedal to the metal, run game, Thielen with the touchdown catch here.
That's already his 4th touchdown reception of the season. Jason Myers had the 37 straight field goals, but later in the 2nd lining up for a 44-yarder, and he misses it. Vikings capitalize on the miss. This is Cousins to Justin Jefferson, the 3-yard touchdown. Vikings get their first win of the season. The Seahawks, they've lost 2 straight following their win at Indy in Week 1. And now it's time to go in the weeds with Chris Sims, presented by Under Armour. What you got?
All right, I'm going over to my spot, Catherine. And, I mean, in the weeds, all right, we're going to hit up this Minnesota offense a little bit. The one thing I'm amazed with every week, I don't want to trip and fall there, is the fact that it's just run the ball, Thielen, Justin Jefferson. That's all they're going to do. And, of course, Dalvin Cook was out of the game today, so it's Alexander Madison. Always good run game design. You can see the tight end gets the one-on-one block. Look how they pin the rest of the front 7 of the Seattle Seahawks in there. Bam, nice gain up the sideline by Alexander Madison. Great play design by Clint Kubiak, offensive coordinator. Very similar looking run play. Look at all the Seahawks. They're way too over-aggressive on both sides of the ball, but especially their defense, and that leaves Jack Conklin wide open over the middle on a bootleg pass. Their drop-back pass game is the difference in the Minnesota Vikings this year. They could be 3-0, but they can pass protect in the drop-back pass game, and they always have a number of plays that are drawn up for either Justin Jefferson or Adam Thielen. And when you get in the red zone, who is Kirk Cousins going to be looking for? You see once again here, great pass protection. Thielen's the first read, Justin Jefferson's the second read. They just do an unbelievable job every week of feeding their best players. And that's Chris Sims in the Weed, presented by Under Armour.
All right, well, if somehow you're looking for more of Chris Sims, you can watch all new episodes of his podcast, Chris Sims Unbuttoned, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 7 to 8 Eastern, 8 p.m. That is Eastern, right here on Peacock. And, of course, wherever you download your podcasts. Can we get an updated picture of you, by the way?
Yeah, can we do that? Like, look at my haircut. I mean, it don't look like that anymore.
No.
Right?
You get your haircut like every 48 hours.
Yeah,
Teddy Bridgewater and the Broncos looking to start 3-0 for the first time since 2016.
Teddy B.
The Jets and the Broncos, boy, did they get after Zach Wilson in the first half. 4 sacks by 4 different players in the half. Explain this?
Well, it's a team that's rebuilding, and they got missing offensive linemen, new offensive linemen. It's the 3rd week in a row we've seen Zach Wilson under assault. I mean, we could press charges against the Broncos defense here. But, yes, this was the sign of the day, and then you know, the Denver offense just slowly chipped away at this Jets defense and wore them down.
That's Melvin Gordon, 17-0 Denver. Jets in Broncos territory, and same old drill. Wilson intercepted by Justin Simmons here.
Yeah, that was a bad decision. There's no doubt about that. That's totally on Zach Wilson. You know, but they can't run the ball consistently. Then they have to ask their rookie quarterback, who's inexperienced, to kind of carry the team. And here, you know, he does a nice play in the pocket here. You'd like your receiver to catch that ball, but they're desperate. It's the end of the fourth quarter, and they're down 26-0.
Denver shuts out the Jets. They move to 3-0, tied atop the NFC West with the Raiders. Wilson, 7 interceptions this season, tied for the most in the NFL. Arizona and Jacksonville. Rookie Trevor Lawrence still looking for his first win. Cardinals 2-0 on the season. Late in the second, Lawrence finds DJ Chark for a 12-yard touchdown, and it ties the game.
Great play there. Great in the pocket, goes through the reads all the way across the field and throws an unbelievable football.
Here's what we talked about earlier, last play of the half. Matt Prater attempting a 68-yard field goal. You heard Rodney say, why would Cliff Kingsbury do this?
Yeah.
Because Jamal Agnew takes it back, and he's not going to get caught. 109 yards.
You got a lot of blockers. This is not like your punt team. This is all offensive linemen who protect the field goal kicker. So they're not used to going down and pursuing on the tackle there. Jacksonville, Trevor Lawrence threw an interception in the first half. They moved the ball. It was not his fault, that interception. They kind of controlled the momentum, so it's good to see them going 14-7.
Agnew tied the record for the longest touchdown in NFL history. And then here, the former Steeler James Conner rushes for a 4-yard touchdown. Jacksonville on top, ensuing drive. Jaguars try the flea flicker.
Yeah. Just because it was open in practice doesn't mean you got to throw it in the game, and that's what he's going to have to learn. But, man, Arizona, Catherine, they got playmakers all over the field.
They do, and they start off to a 3-0 start on the season. One of the few undefeated teams remaining. They face the Rams next week, so there's the other undefeated team. Raiders, Broncos, and Panthers also still perfect.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that Rams team. They're, of course, the best team in football right now. Carolina Panthers, though, watch out for them. They got a little bit of everything.
Sneaky.
Yeah.
All right, Falcons and Giants. You know who's not undefeated if you're a Giants fan? I know. But hey, how about this?
Well, he's undefeated. I like him.
Two-time Super Bowl champ. Eli Manning inducted into the Giants Ring of Honor at halftime as number 10, retired by the team. We pick it up in the fourth, and Saquon Barkley over the top. That's what Giants fans want to see. The 2-point conversion was good. 14-7 Giants. Good, not good. And then this.
I mean, the Giants dominated the game early. This game could have been over with in the first half. But they let Atlanta hang around, and they just blew so many opportunities like that one.
Yeah,
right there.
Jackson's going to regret that one tomorrow. Giving the Falcons another chance. Matt Ryan to tight end Lee Smith for the game-tying touchdown. Falcons, good for me to say, answered with a 15-play, 72-yard drive to tie it. And then Ryan finding the rookie tight end Kyle Pitts for 25 yards. They just kept it going here.
Yes, and that was it.
It sets up Young Clay Koo for a game-winning 40-yarder. The kick is good. The Falcons win it. Arthur Smith gets his first win as a head coach. As for the Giants, well, this was the reaction on Twitter because apparently the trash cans outside the press box were knocked over. The rumor has it may have been an owner, but it may not have been, so we cannot confirm that. It wouldn't be the first time that this has happened, though, with the Giants.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Also, it wouldn't be the first time we've had a ceremony.
It wasn't me.
What was this? Can you tell us?
That was my dad's retirement. Yes, it was. And that was the Dallas Cowboys came in on that day and whooped some butt. But, yep, look at that.
Still have that shirt?
No, I don't have that shirt or that hairstyle anymore. Thank you.
All right. That was also, by the way, a loss for the Giants on that night. So.
Yeah, the Giants are losing, darn it.
Colts and Titans, Ryan Tannehill. Titans coming off a thrilling win in Seattle last week, and they get on the board first here, completing the pass to Chester Rogers, and Rogers is going to celebrate with T.Y. Hilton on the play. Colts capitalize on the turnover, though, and Nyheim Hines for a 9-yard touchdown and the celebration to boot. Later in the second, Tannehill to Nick Westbrook-Akina with the 18-yard touchdown. Tennessee up 14-7. What did you like about the way Tennessee was in this game?
Tennessee's offense played good. They had self-inflicted mistakes, but we saw the same issues from the Colts offense, not being able to pass protect. And when Tennessee stopped making mistakes, they really moved the ball at will on this Colts defense all game long, Catherine.
And up 7, Mike Vrabel decided to go for it for 2. Derrick Henry takes it in. Titans go on to win their second straight. All right, coming up next, Tom Brady makes his return to New England. I don't know if you've heard about it, but that's where he's going next week. Yep, we're going to have a preview from Al and Chris on Sunday Night Football's epic Week 4 matchup coming up next.
back to reality. When you could go back to the pool. The last day of vacation is still vacation. With guaranteed 4 p.m. checkout at over 1,200 fine hotels and resorts properties. One of the many reasons you're with Amex Platinum.
We are here. The future. We made it. Maybe not quite what we envisioned, but here's the thing. The future is forward movement from the now. We don't find a new way of working and then just go back to an old one. We've seen what the future of work can be. Now we have a chance to create what it will be. A place where we can stay connected and work the way we want to. A future that works for all of us. Slack, where the future works.
Jake from State Farm. What's good?
Oh, Patrick?
Nah, fam. Just your typical sneakerhead working here for the employee discount. But speaking of deals, I heard regular guys like me are getting the Patrick price. That can't be real, right?
Listen, State Farm offers rates that fit any budget. Even yours, typical sneakerhead.
Wow, just anyone now?
Yeah.
Man, these just sold out then.
For surprisingly great rates that fit any budget, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
Oh, it looks like we're in a screensaver.
We need to go higher. Higher, definitely higher.
We're like yodeling high.
Yodeling?
No, don't do that.
We should go even higher.
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh. I'm good. Me too.
Adventure has a new look.
Let's go lower. Lower. That sounds good.
Discover more in the all-new Subaru Outback Wilderness. Love. It's what makes Subaru, Subaru.
Brady's going home. Brady's going home. Brady's going home on Sunday night.
Can't think of a more anticipated regular season game in, I don't know, you name it, 20 years, 25 years, 30 years. Brady, meanwhile, you know, it's an important game for both teams.
No doubt. I mean, both of them got beat today, and even Carrie Underwood had to snicker a little bit singing those lyrics. She probably never thought she'd be singing that. But it is just going to be one of those that people are going to try to make something above and beyond what it is. That somehow whoever wins or loses this game, it's a part of that legacy, which it obviously is not going to be. Those two guys, what they did together was simply phenomenal. But it may be just a little exclamation point at the end for one of them.
We live in a world that's over the top, baby. But, you know, if it's a game that belongs to a little over-the-top preview, this is the one.
This is number one.
All right. See you next Sunday. Catherine, back to you.
All right, thanks, Al. Yes, next week is the long-awaited return of Tom Brady to New England as a member of the Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Bucks. And since Tom is the master of the 2-minute drill, here's our own clutch performer, Matt Golditch. Hey, Matt.
Hey, thanks, Catherine. Yeah, Tom Brady's return to New England next week promises to be one of the biggest stories of the NFL season, and you're probably going to hear lots of jokes about it this week. So let's just get as many as we can out of the way before anyone else can make them. What do you think? Put 2 minutes on the clock, please. All right, here we go. This week, all eyes will be on Tom Brady, and all the Patriots' cameras will be aimed at the Bucs sideline. It's the most anticipated return to New England since J-Lo got together with Ben Affleck. I'm sure Brady will be excited to go back to New England to visit all his favorite restaurants, like the personal chef who makes some avocado smoothies for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Being back in New England must bring back so many memories for Tom, losing to Eli Manning twice, getting out-dueled by Nick Foles, throwing a pick-6 versus the Titans. I mean, I knew he wouldn't retire after that game. It would have left such a bad taste in his son's mouth. How insane is it that Tom Brady is 44 and he's throwing touchdown passes in the Super Bowl? Chris Sims is years younger than that. He can barely throw to commercial. How is it that Brady just keeps getting better looking with age? He's 44. He looks like a movie star. When he graduated Michigan, he looked like one of those guys you see at the playground and you think, is that a dad or a granddad? Brady's aging like a fine wine while Coach Belichick is aging like a Sam Adams left out in the hot sun. And this week, Brady's trainer, Alex Guerrero, said Belichick never evolved, which is ridiculous. Look, he's third on the chart. I'm sorry if you didn't like that joke, Coach, but I'm already on to Cincinnati. Look, I just hope Belichick doesn't lose or he might get grumpy tomorrow for a change. I mean, Coach Belichick really wants to win this game. You could tell because he just dug up the Wells report to try to have extra games added to Brady's Deflategate suspension.
You're very good.
Enough about deflated balls. It's too painful for Nicki Minaj's cousin to hear about. Listen, Brady has made Tampa the city of champions, the Lombardi Trophy, the Stanley Cup. the most COVID cases. Which reminds me, Tom, don't forget to get your booster shot before the game. Your age bracket is eligible now. Now, all New England has now is Mac Jones, and at least he has one thing in common with Brady. They look equally good shirtless. Look at these guys. They've combined for 7 Super Bowl titles, 1 national championship, and 4 sit-ups. But look, New England, you're still the champs. Brady won you 6 Lombardi trophies, and he's only won Tampa 1. And he almost dropped that one in the ocean. And don't worry, Coach Belichick, no matter how bad things get, at least you're not the coach of the Jets. Oh, hey, and don't forget Gronk. He'll be pretty emotional, too. I can't wait for him to walk out on that field and say, I feel like I've been here before. Uh-oh. Only a few seconds left, and I'm out of jokes. Quick, get Adam Vinatieri out on the field. Oh, nice. He made it.
Oh, man. Well done, my friend. Well done. I mean, Tom Brady didn't think well done. This was his reaction to Matt's joke.
Yeah, me too. I mean, what a jerk that guy is. I mean, come on. I can throw a commercial all day long. What's he talking about?
I don't want to have too much heavy lifting on the show for you, Chris.
Please don't. You're right.
That's going to be a good one next Sunday night, though. Brady returning to New England. Get ready.
Epic. I mean, epic to see that. I mean, you're talking about a legend, and of course, the New England franchise, Belichick, everything there. But I think what I'm most excited about is just what can New England do to slow down the Bucs? You know, this is the Bucs team that's clearly more talented, and a New England offense right now that's a little challenged as far as getting big plays and points on the board.
Yeah, and an angry Bucs team having lost to the Rams.
Definitely.
So, you know, Tom Brady's going to go in there with a vengeance. All right, well, that's going to do it for us. Week 3 of Sunday Night Football Final in the books. For Chris Sims and everyone else working hard behind the scenes, I'm Catherine Tappan. We'll see you next week. We leave you now with the final word.
It's not good. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's still in one piece. I didn't break anything up here either.
These fans are going nuts, aren't they?
So are my parents, you know.
It was another flea flicker, so I was like, I can't give up another one.
I mean, I'm just out there making plays.
It just was, you know, it was, I don't know, like nut cutting time, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna make me do some extra push-ups tonight.
Bro, oh my God, because it's going. When they hit the upright, I'm like, but it's spinning forward.
Man, I love Detroit. I'm thinking about getting a place here.
That's the guy you want, you know. He's the GOAT, man. That's the GOAT.
No, I don't think it was dialed up that way, but it was dialed up that way, I guess.
It didn't hurt as bad as it sounds, but it sucks when you hear the whole crowd go, ooh.
Man, I don't know what I was trying to do, but I know I got a fine coming. NFL, I'm sorry.
Everything hurts.
NBC Sports, home of Super Bowl 56. Thanks you for watching this presentation of the National Football League.
Finding your new favorite spot. Piece of, no, you really have to try this cake.
Wow.
Get exclusive access to sought-after restaurants. One of the many reasons you're with Amex Platinum.
We are here. The future. We made it. Maybe not quite what we envisioned, but here's the thing. The future is forward movement from the now. We don't find a new way of working and then just go back to an old one. We've seen what the future of work can be. Now we have a chance to create what it will be. A place where we can stay connected and work the way we want to. A future that works for all of us. Slack, where the future works.
Jake from State Farm. You here to jam?
Aaron?
No, just an aspiring singer-songwriter with my bandmates. Here giving out that Rogers rate to regular folks like us.
State Farm has rates that fit anyone's budget.
Is that so? Mahalo, Kiki. In that case, this one goes out to an ex-best friend of mine who took my rate, just gave it away.
For surprisingly great rates that fit any budget, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.